Kanye West dropped his highly anticipated album Donda, and it sparked a lot of controversy from artists like Soulja Boy and Chris Brown, and recently Chrisette Michele. Chrisette responded to a post by John Murray, who wrote, "Since our culture is so hype about Kanye West's Donda album, it's time to uncancel Chrisette Michele. I hated her for singing at 45's inauguration, but Chrisette Michele never disrespected our history and our ancestors and didn't rock a MAGA hat and never ran a covert campaign to sway an election." Chrisette wrote that she made a choice to stay full of gratitude and master peace. As she posed a question to her followers and asked, "Would you release new music if you were me? And what would you sing about? And who would you sing to and why? And what is my role as a female playing the story?" She also said, "How about my role as it compares to Kanye?" What do y'all think about this story? Does she deserve another chance?
So, when I was reading up on the story for tonight's news, I've come to the conclusion Chrisette Michele is not canceled anymore. Just no one cares. You know what I'm saying? No one cares. The musical landscape has changed. We're not going to pretend like Chrisette Michele was not a niched artist. Now, me personally, I like her music, but Chrisette is very niche. She's in that neo-soul, R&B genre over here in the corner. People have a tendency to overlook the pitfalls of people they like. Kanye West was a global superstar. Chrisette Michele was a local small venue star. That's the difference between her and Kanye. There's people out there that actually care about Kanye. Chrisette Michele's fans are still her fans. Those of us that still listen to her music, listen to her music. But Chrisette Michele, you were never mainstream enough to be compared to Kanye West. Now, is she being treated differently because she's a woman? I'm sure that may have an inkling of it, but I think more of it has to do with your initial popularity in the first place.
Makes sense. Al, what do you think about this?
There's so much to unpack on this, but I have to agree with Funky with regards to like Chrisette Michele is just not that big of an artist. Is she a truly gifted singer with an amazing voice? 100%. For some reason, I just think this is kind of stuck in her head as being an issue. And I feel like it's not as big of an issue as she believes that it is in her head. I don't know. I just feel like Chrisette, if she just stay focused on what she's doing, she's a Christian woman who believes in faith. Just keep your head down, know that God is directing your path and everything's going to be okay.
First of all, it's always a bigger issue to you when it's about you than other people can see. Like you can sit there and say, "Oh my God, everyone hates me." And your reality is everyone hates you because it feels like it. We don't get added and we don't get inbox about Chrisette Michele, or as Al Reynolds likes to call her, Cassette. And if you can't even say the girl's name right, Funky, you're right. Like she has a way to go. And I do agree with you, Q. When you're big, the bigger the name, the more you get away with.
Right.
If they love you, then you can pretty much. I mean, look at Donald Trump. He's a perfect example of that. He does everything wrong, and he gets more supporters. That's just how it is.
It's the cognitive dissonance, and people have a way of overlooking things that don't fit their worldview. People want to love Kanye, so they're willing to overlook his changes. Chrisette, you just weren't loved to the magnitude that Kanye was loved by the mainstream.
And then it was just like when John made the post or whatever, I just felt like she just puked it all out. She had like a whole list of things that she wanted answers to. And I was just like, oh, wow, she is really, really, really taking this to heart. Like, I just don't feel like it's that deep. I think you're beautiful. You have a beautiful voice. Keep doing what you're doing, and people are going to continue to support you.
Again, when it's not about us, it does hurt. Like I know, Al, we have conversations about how I feel about things. I'm not putting you on blast, but I'll just speak for myself, okay? When it's about us, it hurts. Mm-hmm. And we can easily say, we can dismiss it and be like, girl, get over it. But it's hard to when it's you.
Yeah,
So
but
she needs a banger, right? She just needs a banger.
Right. Listen, Claudia, we want to talk about, we talked about, listen, I was canceled for over 10 years because of who I was associated with. You know, I had a hard time even trying to find work because of those issues there. So I think I know a little bit about being out of rotation when you don't want to be in rotation. And the only thing that I knew to do was I had to stay firm in my faith that God has a plan for me and he has a path for me that may be different than mine. And I feel like that's what she's going to have to do in this case.
You know, she can always do some of them chitlin circuit plays. You know, they stay hiring. Lord, send me a man. I could do bad by myself. Jesus, help my child. I had a praying grandmama. All of that. I mean,
they make good money, right, Claudia?
I got one coming up October 9th right here in Dallas, and we need a singer. So I'm gonna go and see how much her rate is. If anybody knows, send me a DM.
Right.
All right, y'all. Okay, we got a commercial, but when we come back, we're gonna talk about Trick Daddy getting eaten out. We'll be back with more TGIF when we return.